Hi guys, welcome to the session. In this session, we are going to discuss how to integrate the card payment using REST API. So let's start our session. Here I have mentioned all types of integration methods which we have used in the previous sessions to do the card payment. In this session, we are going to do the card payment using REST API. This is my local application where I have integrated the card payment using REST API. This application is based on Java and the Spring Boot. So let's see how the card payment works. Let's click on this link. So we are on the checkout page where customer enters the delivery address, billing address, card details. Also select the delivery mode. On the checkout page, we also see the product details which we add into the cart. Just to save time, I have pre-populated all these details: delivery address, billing address, and card details. You can see card number, CVN, expiry date, card type is Visa. So these details are pre-populated just to save time. Now let's also select the delivery mode. So basically I have tried to simulate the checkout experience. Now let's click on the review order to review the order details. So we are on the review order page where we can review our details which we entered on the checkout page. So you can see product details, delivery address, billing address, card details, and delivery mode. Once we are okay with the details, we can place an order. So here we have a button to place an order. Once we click on this place order button, details would be sent to the server, and server will make a call to CyberSource for the payment authorization using REST API of CyberSource. So let's click on this button. So our payment processed successfully by CyberSource and order also placed. This is the order number. Basically, this is the order confirmation page. Now let's see this transaction on the CyberSource portal. We are on the CyberSource portal. You need to go to the transaction management, click on the transactions, and click on the search. So you can see our transaction is present here, 18 November 11:20. Here you can see success in green, means transaction was successful. So let's open this transaction. Here you need to click here. So this is the details of our transaction. Here you can see the request ID. Here you can see the client detail. In the client app, you can see the REST API. Means this transaction was triggered using REST API. Here you can see the region code 100. Means this transaction was successful. And here you can see the card authorization. So this transaction was for payment authorization. And reply, in the reply you can see success. So this transaction was successful. You can also see more details about the billing address, the payment details. This is a card details. You can see the item details here, price of the item, quantity. From this page, you can also take few actions, like you can capture the transaction, you can reverse the authorization. So this is about transaction details. Before I show the code implementation, let's see few important points. First is the REST API endpoints. So the first endpoint we need to use for the test environment, and second is for the production. So I am using the first endpoint in my application. The CyberSource Java REST client, since my application is based on the Java, so I have added this dependency in the pom.xml to download this client. This client is provided by the CyberSource. So you can see I have added this dependency in my pom.xml. CyberSource also supports other languages. Here I have mentioned all the languages supported by CyberSource: .NET, Java, Node.js, PHP, Python, Ruby. So you can, as per your requirement, you can download the REST API client for your application from this link. I will put this link in the description of the video. Now the part related to security keys. For the REST API integrations, we need these two things, REST certificate and the REST shared secret. So we are going to download these two things, REST certificate and the shared secret, from the CyberSource portal. So let's visit the CyberSource portal. So we are on the CyberSource portal. You need to go to the payment configuration. Click on the key management. At the top right, you will see the option of generate key. You need to click on it. Then you need to go to the REST API section. So first we will generate shared secret. You need to select this option and click on generate key. So you can see shared secret has been generated. You need to click on the download key. So one file is downloaded, which will have the shared secret and the key. This is how it look like. It is the key and this is the shared secret. How to use these values I will show in some time. Now we will generate the REST certificate. You need to go to the key management, click on generate key, click on the REST certificate and click on generate key. So REST certificate generated. You need to click on download key and you need to give some password to it, and that password you also need to remember because it will be used in the application. Now click on generate key and click on save. So we have saved our certificate. This is how we can generate the REST certificate and the REST shared secret. I will show in some time how to use REST certificate and the shared secret. Now let's see the code implementation. So this is the project which I created. It is based on Spring Boot. These are the packages. And here I have kept all my views under JSP. So these are all my JSPs. And this is the pom.xml. So let me start with pom.xml. In pom.xml, I have added the REST client dependency. This is the REST client provided by the CyberSource, and it is used to interact with CyberSource using REST API. This I also mentioned in the slide. Now let's talk about the controllers. So this is the controller package, and here we have two controllers, checkout page controller and hello page controller. Hello page controller is used to display the home page. Here you can see one simple method, and it is returning the home. So basically home.jsp. This is the home.jsp. This page is coming from the hello controller. And another controller is checkout page controller. So it is used to handle the checkout related operations. When you click on this link, checkout page is displayed. When you click on that link, the request comes here. You can see the request mapping. And here I have hard coded the address to pre-populate the shipping and billing address form. These forms, shipping and billing address. It is returning the checkout view, checkout.jsp. Here this is the checkout.jsp. This section is for the product details. This is for shipping address. This is for billing address. And this is for card details. So here you can see I have hard coded the card details. When you click on this review order, this method is executed. Here you can see the request mapping. And this is returning the review order view. Here also I have hard coded the details. But in actual application, either you will fetch the detail from the session or from the request. This is a demo application, so I have hard coded the values. And it is returning the review order view. So this is the review order JSP. and here we have a place order button. So when you click on this place order button, this method is executed, place order. You can see the request mapping, and this is the important method because here we make the call to CyberSource to submit the payment. Here I have hard coded the details, but in real application we fetch from the session or from the request. So this is the place. So this is the place where the call to CyberSource is getting triggered. This is the important method. So let's go through the method line by line. Here I have created the model and view object, and here I have passed the view name, that is the order confirmation. So if request is successful, this method will return the order confirmation view. Here I have created the payment request object. This class is part of the REST client which we downloaded. Here I have added that client. Then you need to create the object to set the client information. This would be the type of the object, and here you are passing the merchant ID, MID, and we are setting this in the request object. And here you need to set the capture false, since this is not the capture request, this is the authorization request. So you need to create this object, and then you need to set it in the request object. Here we are creating the object to set the card details. Then you need to create this object, payment information card object, where you need to set the card details. Then you need to set this object to this payment information. Then this payment information would be set in the request object. Here we need to create the object for the price and currency. So this is the object you need to create, and then this object you need to create, and in this object order information amount details you need to set the currency and price, and this order information amount details would be set in the order information object. In this order information object we also set the address details. For that we need to create the address related object. So this is you need to use. Then you need to set the details. Then you need to set this object into this order information, and finally order information would be set in the request object. So we are done with the payment request creation. In this line we are getting the details from the configuration file. So this is the configuration file I have created, and here I have created one method. It is returning the properties, and in this property object we need to set some details. So authentication type, merchant ID, run environment. Then you need to set the merchant key ID and merchant secret key. So these key we already downloaded. Here you can set the log related properties. Then this is for the certificate. So here you need to set this enable client cert to true. Certificate directive, where you have kept your security certificate which we downloaded. So I have kept under resources. Let me show. So this is, you can see, REST API cert.p12. Then you need to give the certificate name, then certificate password. This is the password we gave when we downloaded the certificate from the CyberSource portal. These are the details you need to set in the property file. Let's go back to the controller. So here we have got the properties. Then you need to create the merchant config object, where you need to pass the properties which we created. Then you need to create the API client, where you need to set this merchant config. And finally, you need to create the payment API object, where you need to pass the API client. And this API instance we will use to call the CyberSource. using this payment API object, we will call the CyberSource. So you need to call the create payment method, and you need to pass this request object which we already created. So internally it will call the CyberSource and it will get the response from CyberSource. And here we are storing the response of the CyberSource. So you can create this object of this type. Then you need to check what response we have got from CyberSource. So you can get the response code and the status. And here I have put it condition to check if the payment was successful or not. So I am checking the response code and the status, if it is authorized and the response code is 201. Then I am creating the order number, which we will use on the order confirmation JSP. This result object will have other details as well. So you can just print this result and you will see what all details it can have. And as per requirement, you can fetch the details from this result object. Let me also show the order confirmation. So this is the simple file where we have a message and the order ID. So this is how we can submit the payment to CyberSource using REST API. So if you have any kind of doubt, any query, you can comment on the video. That's all for this session. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.